with the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still second down.
A give right up the middle to Henry. He'll push forward for about a yard. Cameron Hayward, the former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Third and long. From the gun, Jackson.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. This is going to be fielded at the goal line. And it winds up a very solid return as he gets it up past the 30. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On second down, here's Wilson. Now a screen set up for Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down. Go.
Williams in motion. Here's Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. And that is incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And it'll bring up second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
He's going to try it here again. And he will score. Calvin Austin, touchdown Pittsburgh. A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Hardy now with the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll get it into the... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
Bateman is the motion man. On play action, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
In motion comes Andrews. Again, it's Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
2nd and a yard. Bateman is the motion man. Jackson up top again. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. It's the tight end Likely in motion. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. He'll try to run for it.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
Aguilar goes off in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 1st down.
Back to throw, Jackson. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. In motion comes Andrews. 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
His man at the 6. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a 1st down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. Jackson. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
So you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Defense.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Another run here with Harris. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. And he's going to have the steal. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. Still 2nd down.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. going up top. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And that is...
He's stuck with route.
The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Open man, that's Bateman downfield. So, 1 touchdown apiece for our two teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. A touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. Low-scoring game, all time, 3rd quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. They're going to have it 1st and goal. He'll be out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. It covers 63 yards.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down.
Good blocking, and he's in. Najee Harris, touchdown Steelers. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it, and the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardy now with the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. the option, they give it to Henry. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Dang.
You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
No, that was fun.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
First and 10. On the give, here's Henry. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Bateman is the motion man. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still 2nd down.
Go.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson.
Oh!
He's gonna tuck it and go.
No!
And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Jackson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down?
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They need one right now. 3rd and long.
4th quarter, my guy. Oh, hell.
Now it's Jackson.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Try and get there on the ground.
Go, sir.
Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll take off again.
Fuck.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down, and they get it rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
That's just a big-time play by this quarterback on fourth down. You can see he starts first look cover. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, uses his legs to pick up the first down, and they're still alive.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still first down.
In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now. There's a short one caught by Andrews. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Aguilar goes off in motion. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Throwing Jackson. Oh, and once again, the pressure too intense. They get him down again. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he will go all the way. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdown.
And that should all but put this one away, Mike. And we've had some big plays throughout this game, but none bigger than that one right there. They score on the long touchdown, and that makes this a two-possession game here late.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 21-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Third and long for Jackson. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive.
Still first down.
Zebra.
Play action. Now, Wilson. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Again, working deep downfield. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
He's going to look downfield once again. And they're going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And it was their defense that led the way as they picked the shutout in the second half. No points allowed, and they cruise to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.